here's how carbon dioxide traps heat. So, there are different types of light, and humans can really only see visible light. Light with a shorter wavelength, like ultraviolet light or UV, or a longer wavelength, kind of like infrared heat, is basically invisible to human eyes. When light hits matter, a few different things can kind of happen. That light can pass through it without interaction, so that thing is transparent, just like glass. It can also get reflected. That light stays exactly the same, but it starts moving in a different direction. And that light can also get absorbed and then emitted as fluorescent light. The light can get absorbed, making the matter hotter. And if the matter has a higher temperature than absolute zero, it's basically always going to emit the same light as thermal radiation. So the hotter it is, the more light it emits, and the shorter the average wavelength is going to be. So what does this mean? Like, humans emit light because we're hot, but this light has too high a wavelength for us to see with our eyes. But if you use an infrared camera, you can see this light. Molten iron and other metals can also get really hot. So hot, they emit thermal radiation with a short enough wavelength that sometimes it's visible to humans. It's going to glow red. So the same thing happens with Earth. If sunlight is out there and it hits the Earth, some of it can be reflected back. And it doesn't change the temperature. Some of the light can get absorbed, and that makes the Earth hotter. The Earth also emits a lot of invisible infrared light from being hot. This is thermal radiation. Sunlight is a mix of all kinds of this light. So if sunlight goes towards the Earth, first it's got to pass through the atmosphere. That's first time, then it's going to get reflected or re-emitted as thermal radiation, and then this light has to go back up and pass through the atmosphere again before it can finally leave Earth. The more light that gets absorbed by the Earth or the atmosphere, the hotter the planet is going to get. The more light that leaves the Earth again, the colder the planet is going to get. What on earth does CO2 do? Carbon dioxide is really good at absorbing infrared light. So if there's a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, this thermal radiation that the Earth emits is going to get absorbed by the atmosphere, and it's not really going to leave the Earth. It's a blanket. Because more energy stays on Earth and in the atmosphere, the Earth ends up getting hotter when there's more carbon dioxide. Humans themselves, us, have put more and more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, so more energy stays on Earth and doesn't leave the planet. So more energy stays in, and the Earth and all of us are going to get hotter. Let me know how this works for you, and have a good night.